Have you ever heard a baby speak? Not babble, not cry, but speak full sentences. Now imagine that baby is Jesus. Not in a cathedral, not in a manger scene, but in the arms of a young, frightened woman in the middle of a desert, surrounded by people ready to condemn her. What happens next is the first miracle of Jesus, not as recorded in the Bible, but in the Qur'an. Welcome to SaneTruth, where we explore the rationale, the divine, and the hidden truths that history left behind. Today we begin an extraordinary journey. A journey that will change how you understand Jesus. Not as a vague symbol of religion, but as a real, chosen man who spoke the truth from the moment he was born. This is not just about theology. It is about uncovering what was lost, what was distorted, and what still speaks to our hearts today. In this first episode, we dive into a miracle that shook an entire town, an infant who speaks full sentences to declare his mission from God. Not fairy tale, not metaphor, but a testimony of divine truth. The background, Mary and the miracle birth. To understand the weight of this miracle, we need to go back to Mary, or Maryam. In Islam, she is not just a background figure. She is a woman chosen above all women of all times. The Qur'an in Surah Al-Imran says, "O Mary, indeed Allah has chosen you, purified you, and chosen you above the women of all the worlds." Mary retreats into solitude, and there she receives divine news. A message from Gabriel, "I am only the messenger of your Lord, to grant you a pure boy." Shocked, she asks, "How can I have a child when no man has touched me?" He replies, "Thus it will be. Your Lord says, 'It is easy for me, and we will make him a sign to the people and a mercy from us.' And it is a matter decreed." This child was Jesus, son of Mary, Isa ibn Maryam, born without a father, not out of lust, not through divine union, but purely miraculously and purposefully by the command of Allah. The pain, the birth, and the silence. Surah Maryam gives us the raw emotion. Mary carries the child in her womb, alone, rejected, terrified. And the pains of childbirth drove her to the trunk of a palm tree. She said, "Oh, I wish I had died before this and was in oblivion forgotten." But Allah provides. "Do not grieve your Lord as provided beneath you a stream, and shake the trunk of the palm tree toward you, it will drop upon you ripe dates." She is told, "Do not speak to anyone." Now imagine the scene. Mary enters her village, holding a newborn child. No husband, no explanation. You can feel the tension in the air, the judgment, the condemnation, the whispers turning into open insults. "Oh, Mary, you have certainly done a thing unprecedented. Oh, sister of Aaron, your father was not a man of evil, nor was your mother unchaste." She doesn't say a word. She simply points to the child. People scoff. How can we speak to a baby in the cradle? Then Jesus speaks. Surah Maryam, "Indeed, I am the servant of Allah. He has given me the scripture and made me a prophet. He has made me blessed wherever I am, and has enjoined upon me prayer and zakat as long as I live, and made me dutiful to my mother, and he has not made me a wretched tyrant. And peace is on me the day I was born, the day I die, and the day I am raised alive." This is not baby babble. This is divine articulation, full comprehension, and an eternal message. Now, let us pause here. This infant just declared himself as a servant of Allah, announced his future prophethood, accepted divine revelation, affirmed the rituals of prayer and charity, confirmed his own resurrection, protected the honor of his mother. That is more theology in 10 seconds than most people learn in 10 years. More importantly, Jesus, in his very first public moment, clarifies his status. "I am not God. I am not the Son of God. I am the servant of Allah." Contradictory in the Bible. Jesus speaks at age 12 in the temple, saying, "Did you not know I must be about my Father's business?" But in the Qur'an, the first words come in the cradle. No ambiguity, No mystery, no space for misinterpretation. The Christian world today worships Jesus, but the Qur'an records him denying this from his first breath. So, who changed the narrative? And why? Why does this matter today? Because millions of people are seeking God but confused about Jesus. Because falsehood, if repeated long enough, becomes normalized. Because the truth has been in the Qur'an for 1400 years and very few have heard it. This is not about debating Christians. It is about offering clarity. Jesus is honored in Islam, not as a competitor to Muhammad, not as a divine being, but as a righteous prophet who came to guide his people back to Allah. So next time someone tells you that Islam disrespects Jesus, ask them, do you know what his first words were in the Qur'an? He said, I am the servant of Allah. Let that sink in. Let it guide you, and let it begin your journey toward understanding the real Jesus, Isa ibn Maryam, as honored by the one who created him. In the next episode, we will explore the divine announcement of his birth, where Allah calls him a word from him. What does that mean? Is he divine? Or something even more profound? Subscribe, share, and stay seeking.